You just won $50 million dollars and you're set for life, right? Your money problems are over. You can finally breathe, except here's what nobody tells you. Within 5 years, there's a 70% chance you'll be broke. Not just back where you started, but worse, deeper in debt with relationships destroyed, and some winners even wish they'd never bought that ticket. The wildest part isn't bad luck, it's neuroscience, because your brain becomes your worst enemy the second that money hits your account. What I'm about to tell you explains why sudden wealth destroys people, and the psychology behind it affects way more than just lottery winners. It's about anyone who's ever dreamed that one big break would solve everything. Money doesn't solve your problems, it amplifies who you already are. If you're responsible with $50,000, you'll probably be okay with $50 million. But if you're impulsive with $500, that $50 million is a ticking time bomb. Psychologists call this sudden wealth syndrome, and it hits lottery winners, inheritance recipients, athletes who sign massive contracts, and startup founders who sell their companies. Anyone who goes from normal to wealthy overnight experiences the same shockingly consistent psychological destruction. The moment you win, your brain floods with dopamine, and your reward system lights up like a Christmas tree. Studies using brain imaging show that anticipating a large financial gain activates the same neural pathways as cocaine, not similar, the exact same pathways. Your nucleus accumbens fire so hard that rational thinking basically shuts down, and the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and impulse control and long-term thinking, gets temporarily overwhelmed. You're literally incapable of making good decisions in this state, and this is exactly when you need to make the most important financial decisions of your life. Hedonic adaptation kicks in almost immediately. This is the psychological principle that humans return to a baseline level of happiness regardless of positive or negative changes in their life, which means that $50 million stops feeling special in about 3 months. The mansion isn't exciting anymore. The luxury car is just your car. The vacation homes are just houses, and you're back to your baseline happiness level. Except now you need increasingly expensive experiences to feel the dopamine hit again. It's a treadmill you can't get off, and it's burning through your money faster than you can imagine. Identity dissolution comes next, and it's even more insidious. Before you won, you had an identity. Maybe you were a teacher or a construction worker or a nurse, and you knew who you were and had a role and had purpose. The second you win, that identity evaporates because you're not a teacher who won the lottery anymore. You're a lottery winner who used to teach. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that sudden loss of occupational identity correlates with increased rates of depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Because humans need purpose more than they need money. Our brains literally require a sense of meaning to function optimally, and suddenly your purpose is gone. You have no idea what to do all day or who you are when you're not working, and most lottery winners can't answer these questions. Every relationship you have changes permanently the moment word gets out. Your friends start acting weird. Family members you haven't heard from in years suddenly remember your birthday, and everyone has a business idea or a sob story or a reason they need help. A study from the National Endowment for Financial Education found that 70% of lottery winners reported that their relationships with friends and family became strained or broke down completely within 2 years. The money that was supposed to give you freedom actually isolates you, because you can't trust anyone's motives anymore, and you don't know if they're spending time with you or your money. That cousin who wants to grab lunch, does he actually miss you or does he need a loan? Your brain goes into hypervigilance mode, constantly scanning for threats and for people trying to use you, and it's exhausting and lonely. Psychologists call this affluenza, and it's real. The guilt of having so much when others have so little combines with the paranoia that everyone wants something from you, and the inability to relate to your old friends because your lives are now completely different. You can't complain about money problems because you're rich. You can't celebrate your purchases because it seems like bragging, and you exist in this weird social no man's land where you don't fit anywhere anymore.